At the end of day two's play, we said 350 is a gettable target with Virat Kohli and Ajinkya Rahane on strike and Rishabh Pant and Jadeja to be lined up. We also said if New Zealand bowlers pick their game up and up their ante, India wouldn't even cross 250. And that's exactly what happened. Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Uncommentary on the WTC end of day four. So what we are going to do today is, along with my friend Narayanan. Hey, Narayanan.
Hi.
Yeah, so we'll be discussing day three and of course day four because there's nothing, to be honest, to talk about it except a crib about the weather. Day three, New Zealand, how important it was for them to perform and how well they did.
It was a fantastic comeback by the Black Caps. If you just look in the second day's play, I mean, yeah, technically it is the first day of play, but when the lengths in the first day of play was not that great. They were bowling a bit too short, and we had discussed how they had to slightly vary their length and come a little more on the. They had to pitch it a little more up near the good length area. They were bowling a bit on the short length area zone, but this had to be somewhere on the good length zone. And we anticipated how they would be coming hard at the batsmen. And they started at the first hour in itself was fantastic. Kohli was dismissed with a beauty, the ball seaming off the wicket, and plumb in front of the stumps. And he just couldn't believe how his initial reaction was to ask Jinx whether was that plumb, and Jinx said, unless you've got a bat in it, it looks plumb.
Yeah.
But being the captain, he had to go in for the review. But they came back strong and they came back hard. Rahane played a beautiful innings, just the momentary lapse of concentration by giving a dolly catch practice to the guy at short mid wicket.
I want to speak specifically about that, and I'm cutting you out here, I know, but I'll go back to a little bit to New Zealand's line length and also how they trapped Kohli. You said that you specifically mentioned how they were short of good length on day two, day one, and that gave India the opportunity to go on the back foot, especially because they were batting outside the crease. So that gave them enough room on the back foot and to cut and to pull. Rahane did that as well, as we know. Kohli, I felt Jamieson set him up really well. A few outswinging deliveries, an odd one inside, and then absolute jaffa. Beautiful delivery, and just like you rightly said, he being the captain, he wanted to go for the review. Rahane was like, nah. He just like Chase wicket that Kohli was 100% sure that if there was no bat, he was right in plumb, and he was right in front plumb. Next comes in Rishabh Pant, and Rishabh Pant, being Rishabh Pant, he tried to hold himself, just stop that craving to go and smack outside the off stump. Few of them, he just let them go, but then it was too hard to resist, wasn't it?
Absolutely. If you notice, he took a lot of time to even get off the mark. And
just like
there was one just like Shea. And there was a very, very close LBW shout, which was 50-50. I mean, if the umpire had given it out, it would have been declared out. But Rishabh didn't make good use of it. And a small dolly outside off stump, and his eyes lit up and he went for the shot. Exactly what New Zealand wanted us. And it was a good sharp catch in the slips by Tom Latham as well, keeping his eyes on the ball. And so if you realize that the boundary that Rishabh scored through the onside, he actually wanted to hit the boundary through the offside, and the bat turned in his hand and it went down the onside for a boundary. But he should have anticipated that New Zealand was setting him up, and there was a close LBW call, which could have gone either way. But he was lucky, and just the ball outside off his eyes lit. He went for the shot, and it was a good sharp catch by Tom Latham in the
Yeah.
third slip. But if you coming back to day one, if you notice, all the Indian batsmen are batting a foot ahead outside the
Yeah.
crease and trying to negate the swing. And because of that, New Zealand bowlers are bowling a bit short, which kind of helped the Indian batsmen. So on day two, technically day three, they slightly increased their length, and you could see how the batsmen were facing difficulties where they were not sure whether to be in the crease or to continue standing outside
Yeah.
the crease. But then they had already decided that this is how our approach is going to be. So everyone started standing outside the crease.
Yeah.
It was a good seaming delivery that got Kohli. It was a it was a good ball outside off that got Rishabh. But then if you just look at the innings, Rohit was a bad shot, but Shea, Kohli, Ashwin were all good deliveries. Even
Yeah.
Shubman Gill. These were four wickets were crucial, and that kind of broke the top order. So it was just a matter of how long can India resist, and not much of a bag from the tail as usual, which is not a surprise.
I would want to have my uncommon opinion here. I felt Rohit Sharma, just like as I said at the end of day one, Rohit Sharma could have left that ball alone. It was a fifth stump line, not going for that. He could have left that alone. Shubman Gill was a beauty.
Asked Gill, but he said I couldn't have done anything more. It was a beautiful
Yeah,
ball. So
yeah, it
anything.
was.
So
Yeah, exactly. It was, not taking anything away from the ball. It was a peach of a delivery. It deserved. It had wicket written all over it. But
yeah,
when you and Rich and on the other hand, Rishabh Pant, had he connected that ball, it would have been a brilliant, like a magnificent cover drive. We would have lauded him. Oh, what a beautiful shot! But then, because it wasn't, it took the edge and a sharp catch in the slips. I don't blame Rishabh Pant. That's his natural game. He will go for his massive, huge heaves. What I can't believe is what a silly shot Ajinkya Rahane played. And I wanted you to put some light on that. Wagner, in front of Rahane, just pointing things, have this short square leg, mid wicket, fine leg. And then the very next ball, he just spoons him to the square leg. And then he's just holding his head like, kya kar diya maine?
so if you look at the over, how it transpired, Wagner was bowling it outside off. There was this ball, the ball before that, which he took a couple, which made him reach 49.
Mm,
Uh, it was a short ball outside off. It took the top edge of the bat. He was lucky because the fielder was deep. It was
yeah,
a deep square leg fielder. It
yeah,
looped up, but it fell safe. And Wagner immediately put an extra fielder at uh, mid square mid square leg areas, that kind of a zone over there.
mm,
And you could see what Rahane was very anxious to reach his 50, because
yeah, look
at
like
that point of time he was the highest scorer of the innings as
he
well.
remained.
Here Virat was on 44, dismissed on 44. So Rahane was on 49. You could see how anxious he was to get to 50. What he wanted was he wanted to loop the ball between the two fielders. But
Yeah,
what happened was it was a half-hearted shot. Half-hearted shot, and it just was a catch practice for the again Tom
yeah,
Latham, and he was so distraught. He
yeah,
couldn't believe that shot that he had played.
yeah.
But yeah,
That was
it's a
that.
funny game.
Yeah,
And with Ashwin, you could see the scoring rate had slightly picked up from
yeah,
we were even struggling to pick up singles. You could see with Ashwin there was like quick singles, doubles,
yeah,
of four here and there. You could see how he was trying to up the pace, trying to take the control back to India, because New
yeah.
Zealand were all over us at that point of time. And he played a decent knock, but again, it was a lovely outswinging ball, which,
Mm,
yeah, invariably, you don't expect that from a out and out all rounder. But then
yeah,
Ashwin is not another Stokes, right? Or Ashwin
yeah,
is not another Jack Callis, where you score about 10,000 runs and have 250 plus wickets. He has on the wicket side, but not on that much on the run side. So you could see how again his eyes lit up because it was such a challenging pitch to bat on. When you see one dolly outside off, your eyes invariably lit up and you like, that's easy runs for the taking. I'm going to go for it. And you go, and then it was Saudi who gave a few words as well on the way to Ashwin a year when he had picked up that wicket. But it was a good outswinging ball.
Yeah. Someone else, on the other hand, watching all this drama that unfolded, I expected a lot more from him, especially take the ownership, take the charge, step up and lead in taking as much strike and not exposing the tail, which he eventually did. Jaddu just exposed Ishant Sharma, and at the very next ball, as you know, Jasprit Bumrah got a beauty of a Yorker, and that was pretty much the end of the Indian innings.
Absolutely. If you look at Jaddu, the problem with Jaddu was it was such a challenging pitch, and the way our top order struggled, he himself wasn't sure which is a pass score.
Yeah.
So it kind of made it tough whether to protect the tail and struggle to even score singles or keep the scoring going on, at least take the ones and the twos.
Yeah.
And Ishant, he figured, would be able to hang around. But what happened with Ishant was he was moving around the stump way too much. Where it was a very important point where he could have actually even got bowled around the stump. But thankfully, that did not happen. It would have been very embarrassing for him to go back to the dressing room. It was a good ball with bounce. Jamieson again. It's fourth wicket of the innings. Nice bounce. Just a touch away, seemed off the wicket on the outside, and outside edge, a dolly to the first slip. So, and the next Yorker to get Bumrah off the first ball was a superb in-swinging ball, which you could see how the dressing room was actually telling Bumrah, why didn't you go for the review? And you could see Bumrah is like, I was plumb in front. What
exactly.
The review would have shown the exact same thing.
Yeah. But so we spoke about, sorry, you're good. Yeah.
No, not at all. As you rightly said, it was pretty much the end of the inning. So there's not much Jaddu could have done. Jaddu, the challenge comes when you're protecting the tail is when you have a target inside. When you don't have a target inside, protecting the tail is only going to stifle on the run rate. You would not be able to score the singles. You will be able to take the single only of the last ball or the second last ball. And when you're batting first, it's not even the third innings or the second innings. When you're batting first, putting that much amount of pressure on the tail on yourself is not the right way to move forward. You should at least get the run rate scoring, get some easy runs and see how it goes. But yeah, it didn't work out eventually. And I expected Jaddu to stick around much more than 15. But yeah.
This brings me to the next part, New Zealand's X factor that we spoke about at the end of India's first day play. Jamieson ends up with Pfeiffer, much deserved.
Absolutely. Young guy, upcoming, playing cricket, tall, pacey, gets a bounce off the wicket. He has all the traits of a good fast bowler and a good find for New Zealand in the times and the years to come.
Yeah, and I like the fact that New Zealand learned from their mistakes on day one, where they were short of good length, and on day two, they bowled much fuller. Something that India could have done when we came into bowl.
So the problem with Duke's ball is Duke's ball starts swinging and seaming much later than the initial part of the innings compared to an SG ball or a Kookaburra. When the ball is new, it will swing and seam. The problem with India is India has not played much cricket in England, and this is their first overseas game, I think, since Australia, but the Australian conditions are much different to England. As well, it's a Duke's ball. So I think the only preparation that India has had is the IPL and the home condition test against England. But that said, I can't remember when was the last time Bumrah gave a match-winning performance. I think it was 2018. Then a couple of surgeries. He, in my eyes, has been a bit average in all the series after that. Yes, he does take the odd wicket or two here and there, but he's not delivered a match-winning performance, and it's generally one of the other quicks who has taken the burden on them. In this case, if you looked at the swing and the seam that the other bowlers were getting, Ishan got the
Yeah,
most out of the trio, and Shami and Bumrah were on par.
yeah.
So it was not much of a surprise there. But yeah, it was the first time that India was bowling. England had already were uh, coming on the back of two test match practices. You could say the win over England.
Hmm.
So yeah, Indian bowlers were not pretty much ready enough for the task, but it was a hard battle.
Yeah. And what I liked was how Ashwin took the challenge. It wasn't a spin friendly wicket, but Ashwin and Jadeja, they can spin on any ball, any wicket, as Virat mentioned on the in the toss, that he's confident of his bowlers, and I love the fact that Ashwin enjoys such challenges, and he was one of the pickers, and in fact he opened the gate, the first wicket.
It was a it was a grueling one session where
Yeah,
it looked there was and another thing with the bowlers were we were bowling wide outside of in
yeah,
a way one of the strategy was we were concerned about stifling the runs rather than giving away easy runs, so bowl it outside off and wait for the batsman to make a mistake, but that was never there. They were very, very sure of where their
yeah,
stumps are. They were letting those deliveries go. It was a slow run chase. But yeah, that was one thing what the Indians feared. I think rather than giving it at the stumps and trying to take a wicket, they were working towards stifling the run rate and trying to see how long can they prolong this test match, because weather
yeah,
was definitely going to be playing a big part in it. And I think that was
exactly.
also a major mistake by the bowlers. But yeah, if you looked at Ashwin's bowling at the start of the innings, I mean, the ball was not spinning at all. Once the sun
Yeah,
came out much later near the end of the day, that's when
yeah,
the ball started gripping and you could see a few turns. And yeah,
yeah.
that was one shot of a ball where the ball held up and
Mm.
he went for the cover drive. And that was a
It was a
nice neat
sharp
catch by
catch.
Virat.
Yeah,
Yeah, nice neat catch by Virat at covers. So that kind
yeah.
of opened up. But then again, when Kane came in, I think we were all prepared to end the day's play with one wicket down. A small mistake by Devon Conway
Yeah,
opened the door, but then eventually the day was called off after that within a couple of deliveries after the wicket.
yeah. Deb, I believe Deb wasn't that wasn't a smart shot by Deb, but
It
yeah,
wasn't that great a ball as well. So, but yeah,
yeah, exactly.
there are all these wickets in cricket that bowlers do get, right? Like
Yeah,
it's a freebie wicket. So
it
yeah,
was a
this is one
freebie.
of
Yeah,
those.
did not deserve the wicket, but yeah,
But it was a
it
good
was.
catch by Shami, nevertheless.
Yeah, it was in smart batting by New Zealand. Both the openers, Dev and Latham, they did show some grit and character. Did not chase the wild ones, let them go easily. They were only happy negotiating the ones that were onto their stumps. And
Yeah.
both the lefties, I believe, they they knew that any mistake here and it will give India that much wanted break, especially when weather is playing spoil sport literally every day, which is it did even tonight. Today, as in it was called off without any single ball being bowled.
Yeah.
Just one more day to go, and with the possibility of the reserve day, what do you feel India has to do next? Any changes in the approach? What should be India's plan?
Virat should just ask Kane to declare and come into bat again.
Yeah, I mean,
Try to get a result out of it.
it's been such a game, isn't it? It's so
Yeah.
annoying. You finish your work, end of day, you quickly grab a bite, and then you want to switch on the TV and watch the match, and all you see is covers
Yeah.
everywhere. You don't like it as
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
cricket fan, especially the World Test Championship.
I mean, see, we do understand how finicky the English weather is, and
Yeah,
England played New Zealand over two Test matches. That's 10 days
nothing.
of cricket with 3 days in between, and there was not a hint of rain.
Yeah.
And then when the World Test Championship comes, it's like continuous rain. So it's just, that's what English weather is all about. Let's accept the fact that I think there's pretty much a draw, unless there's a massive collapse from either of the two teams. That's it.
Yeah.
India needs to now come hard at the Kiwis. I hope now is not the time to bowl safe, attack the stumps, try to get wickets. It's two new batsmen at the crease, Ross Taylor and Kane Williamson. And the average of all the players around that mid order is not that great in England as well. So try to attack and get them in and try to topple them over as early as possible and try to score some quick runs and try to see if you can give them a target to come back in and see what you can best. But it looks tough, but then in cricket, anything is possible. But in the weather forecast for the next 2 days looks good as well. So you could see 2 whole days of cricket.
Yeah, you never know. India lost their 7 wickets for less than 80 runs. Anything can happen. And we've seen that in the past as well. We discussed in our review yesterday that 1 hour, 1 session changes everything. So I don't see why India couldn't pick that leaf from New Zealand's page and just topple their in-form batsmen, both Ross Taylor and Kane Williamson. Once they are gone, they are pretty much into the lower middle order and the tail that does not wag a lot.
Yeah.
Last thoughts. And sorry, you go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. So attack, and now is not the time. We have lost time. Now it's the time to start attacking the stumps and try to see how best. Forget if the runs are getting leaked, it's okay. Now it's the time to attack the stumps and not bowl safe.
Yeah, that brings us to the end of today. Thank you, Narayanan, for coming on such sharp notice.
Pleasure.
And thanks. And I hope that we get some match tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.